If you're anything like me, then you definitely have your favorite fast food recipes, and sometimes they take it off the menu. Like, what is wrong with them, y'all? I don't know. But lucky for you, you have me because I have rounded up almost an hour of my favorite restaurant remix recipes. I'm talking Panda Express, Olive Garden, you name it, I got it. So if you're into that, you like to make your own little restaurant remix at home, stay tuned for almost an hour's worth of recipes. Keep watching. So any good turkey club starts with some really great white bread. So we have a white loaf that we're gonna go ahead and pop in the air fryer to toast just until golden brown. And that's really the beginning of the best sandwich you ever had. Let's do it. With a vine ripe tomato. I'm not a tomato fan in sandwiches, but a club, it just hits different. So I like to thinly slice the tomato, and then I'm going to add some salt and pepper on it, and also put it on a paper towel to get all the excess juices from it. So onto the paper towel it goes. And then we're gonna season it with salt and pepper because a tomato ain't tomatoing unless you season it. We're gonna hit our bread with some mayo. Then we're gonna add some turkey. This is thinly sliced turkey. Our bacon. And of course, a slice of cheddar cheese. Second layer, we're hitting it with some more mayo on top here. We'll put the tomato there. Our second layer, lettuce. Our turkey. Bacon. Added tomato last. Cheese. Oh my gosh, this is so high. Tomato. Let me give it a diamond cut. I'm going to add our toothpick. Our gorgeous turkey club. Looks so pretty. Yum. Cheesecake Factory inspired. I start with a little bit of olive oil to our hot skillet. We're gonna saute up some bell peppers and onion. Give it a mix until it is fragrant. About 2 minutes. So now that the onions and peppers are softening, we're gonna go ahead and add our sweet kernel corn. We're also going to add in some black beans. Give everything a nice mix. Gonna season this up to taste with some kosher salt, a little bit of chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, and smoked paprika. Give that a nice mix. You could also use just taco seasoning if you have it. Just want to give your veggies a little flavor. All right, we're just gonna add in some chicken. This chicken's already been cooked, so you can use rotisserie chicken or any type of chicken you prefer. Shredded chicken, whatever you got on hand. We're just gonna let this kind of warm all the way through. I'm gonna add in some 4 Mexican cheese blends and let that melt down. Now this sauce is a little spicy, but it's a crema sauce. I'm just gonna add a little touch just to bind us together. Give it all a nice mix and cut my heat off. Just want my cheese to melt a little bit. And then we're good to go. Egg roll wrapper, a spoonful of our filling. These wrappers are pretty big, so I can go in with like a spoonful and a half. We're going to first bring it over like Aaliyah's. There's a few different ways we can roll. We'll try a few of them, see what works best. But the first one's just to tuck sides in and then bring it back and make sure you're tucking as you go. A little bit of water on that edge so it sustains, and then you've got a cute little egg rolly. Adorbs. And it's sealed on this end with our water, so that's what we want. All right, another way to roll is first put it in a diamond shape like this. Get your filling in. And then put the water around the perimeter. The water acts like our glue here. And then you're gonna fold it like a little present. You'll go that way, go that way. And then you're gonna bring this one all the way over, tuck it, and then roll. I kind of overstuffed this one, but it's okay, still gonna be good. Roll it, and then that's your beautiful little egg roll present. All right, we have our oil at 350 degrees. I'm just going to drop the egg rolls in. As you can see, starting to sizzle. That's what we want. We're not gonna overcrowd the pan, so I'm gonna add a few at a time. Fry it up in batches. Beautiful. So we're gonna give them a little flip. I'm gonna go back and forth and make sure that all sides are golden. So I'm gonna keep kind of rotating them. Since they're not getting deep fried, I'm just gonna keep making sure all sides are getting the color we want. This is what we're looking for the color of the egg roll. We want it nice and crisp on all sides. We're gonna let that excess oil drain off before we pop it on our paper towel, our plate lined with paper towels. So when you get the oil hot and it keeps climbing in temperature, your second and third batches will cook way faster. So the oil is probably between 325 to 350 at this point, so it's gonna cook real fast. So it's at 350 and climbing. So that means don't walk away and make sure that you flip it pretty quickly. So it's like less than a minute per side after your second and third batches. Y'all hear that crunch? Just gonna cut them up at an angle. So in we go with the stick of butter. We're going to be patient and let it do its thing. Let it melt down. And then once it starts to get nice and frothy, then we're going to add the garlic. You could just tell the difference with quality butter. While our butter is melting down, we're going to go ahead and just salt our pasta water. It is coming to a rapid boil. And this, just 4 quarts of water, 2 tablespoons of salt, then this is gonna cook in about 9 minutes. So we'll get that going now as well. I love that it comes in this little nest. So cute.
Got it, 9 minutes. And that's starting now.
Perfect. You're gonna wanna whisk the butter in with the cream gently. Then you're gonna wanna add in your Parmesan cheese pretty much right away. And it's gonna seem like a lot of Parmesan cheese, but that's why it's so good. Is because they use a lot at Olive Garden. So it's about a cup and a half of Parmesan cheese. That's about half a cup. This. We have got it added in. Now we're just gonna give it a nice whisk. So the grated, so it's all about texture. So the shredded is gonna kind of give you that cheese pull, which is not what we want in this sauce. We want grated, and I find it's a little bit harder to do grated at home. The old school box cutter, kind of like box graters, I should say, do a good job with grating fresh Parmesan cheese to get it to be this texture. But I've never really successfully gotten this texture at home. I get more like the microplane kind of like shredded texture. And you can use it for this, don't get me wrong, but there's just something about that grated texture that I think is a little bit more authentic to how the Olive Garden flavor is. So it's more just about texture than flavor. But fresh is always best now, you know, you want to do fresh, it's always best. Grate it yourself, but definitely use one of the like old school box graters. So we have our sauce on like a low heat. We don't want our heavy cream to split, so it's really important to just like let this be as low as possible to bring it to a simmer and to combine all the ingredients. The next step is the simplest step. We're gonna season to taste. So we're gonna hit it with that kosher salt that we mentioned. And we're also gonna hit it with that white pepper, kosher salt and white pepper. Now, don't come for me. You can add garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, okay? You can add it all, but that's not what they add. And this is restaurant remix, so you're gonna want this to taste as similar, right, as the restaurant makes it. They're not adding all that. They're just using straightforward, simple ingredients. So right now, the sauce is coming to a really nice simmer. It's not boiling. You don't want this to boil. You just want it to thicken and come to the consistency that you like. So the second I start to see big bubbles, I'm cutting the heat back down and I'm just letting it kind of simmer and do its thing. Beautiful texture. Everything is combined. It's looking so good. And it smells like Olive Garden Alfredo, if I do say so myself. Our noodles are going. This is where we can taste for salt, pepper, and garlic, Parmesan. You can add more if you need it. This is the sauce trick, right? This is how you know your sauce is at the right consistency. You take a spoon, you dip it in the sauce, all around, you bring it out, you don't touch it. If you can make a nice line down the center, your sauce is ready. And use that as a taste test too. I like my line a little thicker, like a little, more consistency, more body. So I'm gonna let it simmer for a little longer. Just a couple minutes, nothing crazy. It has so much body, like look at this. Ooh, looks so good. So at this point we're done. We're just waiting for our pasta to cook. Hey Google, how much time remaining?
T-minus 51 seconds.
We in there, girl. We in there. Our pasta looks good. I love egg noodle pasta. It's just so pretty. Tastes good too. Oops. More. And this is how Olive Garden does it, y'all. Super simple. No frills. You can add more pepper, more Parmesan cheese as you desire. So we are gonna start our soup by sauteing our aromatics, so our celery, onion, and garlic. Just discovered this. It's called XL. Little olive oil to the pan. You can get this on Amazon and it's made in Italy. It's really good. Then we have our fresh veggies. About a tablespoon of minced garlic. So just make a little space in the center to add in our flour. Just about 2 tablespoons or so. Once we do that, we're gonna give that a little mix to combine everything. We turned our heat down to medium. And you wanna make sure you do this part because you wanna cook off that raw flour taste, but you also don't wanna continue to burn the veggies. So turn your heat down. First with some chicken stock. So we're gonna do pretty much equal portions. I'm gonna eyeball it of chicken stock and also our creamy, heavy cream, but also our milk. So let's start with chicken stock. So we're gonna do about, this is 6 cups, so I'm gonna do about 4 cups of this. Perfect. Then we're gonna add in our milk and heavy cream, about a cup of each. So I'm using whole milk here. And then we're also gonna do the heavy cream. It's gonna give it that really nice body. About a cup. And we're gonna season everything up really nicely. so that we have great flavor all throughout. Excellent. We're gonna add a bay leaf as this comes to a simmer. Just throw that in. So we start with some salt, some Italian seasoning. You can never have too much Italian seasoning. Some white pepper, which you can skip because we're doing the red pepper flakes. It's just up to you how much you like. This red pepper flake is actually very potent. It's so strong. A little bit goes a long way. It just never comes out. So you think you're not adding a lot, but it's very powerful. Also gonna do onion powder and garlic powder. Stir this all up. Oh, I didn't add the smoked paprika. Smoked paprika is also gonna give it like a slight little nice color. So it's not just like an all white soup. It's gonna give it like a little tint of color. So we're gonna add just a little bit of that. Oh, more than I wanted to, but it's okay. So in we go. All right, so we're gonna let this continue to simmer. I'm gonna turn it up a smidge. I'm gonna keep my chicken stock out in case I need to add more. We're just gonna let this come to a boil. Just shredding the white meat. You can use the dark meat as well, because that definitely has more flavor. You just don't want the skin. All right, we're gonna add in our gnocchi. Give that a stir. And that's gonna cook very quickly, so we're also gonna add in our chicken. I'm gonna keep shredding it up to add a whole rotisserie chicken. And then once the gnocchi is cooked, we're gonna add in a whole bag of spinach. Just about a teaspoon. When it comes to a simmer, we're gonna try to fish out that bay leaf, and we're also gonna add in this whole thing of spinach. I'm gonna add in, oh, I was supposed to fish out the bay leaf. Here it is. Because I won't be able to find it with the spinach. Add the spinach in a little at a time. Let it wilt down. Spinach makes it so pretty. But we know that the spinach is gonna cook down to smithereens, so we're gonna add a whole bag to hopefully get a little color payoff. From the center. We're just gonna prep our onion. I'm just using a yellow onion here. This is like a small-ish yellow onion. And the way Panda Express chops theirs is very like big, kinda, like in half moons. So that's what we're gonna do. So just as easy as that, our onion is chopped. Now we're gonna work on our celery. Just 2 pieces of celery should be plenty. All right, celery done. Green onion. I don't know why this green onion is so massive, but we're gonna rock with it. It looked like a leek, but it's not. So welcome in. Tell us where you're checking in from. Let us know in the comments below. And yeah, we're gonna have some fun today, cooking up some good old chow mein. Then we're gonna make walnut shrimp. So if you're into that, stay tuned. Yeah, the scallion's the biggest scallion I've ever did see. Half this cabbage. I'm gonna try to shred it nice and thin. Cool. Just gonna put our cabbage in this colander. We're gonna give it a little washy wash. Soy sauce. Just a few tablespoons. Kind of eyeball it as you go. Got oyster sauce. This is very potent, so just about a tablespoon. We've got some garlic paste. Y'all know I love garlic paste. About another tablespoon. And then we're also gonna do a little bit of ginger, not too much. Got some brown sugar. Our sesame oil. And then our pepper. Some white pepper. And then we'll do a little cornstarch. About a tablespoon of cornstarch. We give that a stir. All right, this is where you can add in a little bit of chicken stock just to smooth everything out. About a tablespoon. It's thick, but it's not too thick. Mix that all up. The noodles that I'm using also came with this like teriyaki powder. So I think I'm gonna add that in. Let's see. Gingery, garlicky, has all the flavors and scents that we want, so we won't let it go to waste. So we'll add in one of those. These are our noodles that we're using. Chow mein noodles. You can use any brand. This is by the brand, I think, Fortune. We're gonna hit our skillet with some oil. I'm gonna gather my onion and celery in this bowl. We've got our oil. That's just olive oil. You can use whatever kind of oil you like. With onions and celery. We're just gonna saute that until fragrant. I'm gonna give that a quick second and then I'll add the cabbage in. Do y'all ever make chow mein at home? If you do, let me know what your secret is in the comments below. What do you put in yours? Our cabbage is cooking down, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more into the pan since I've already cut this up. This is the longest part, probably 5 minutes here. You want everything to still have a nice crunch to it and be really fresh. So you don't want to overcook it. I'm gonna add them a little bit at a time. Very good. Cool. Now we're going to just add in our delicious sauce that we have made. Smells so good. You can smell that fresh ginger, garlic. And now we're just working in the sauce into the noodles and the vegetables. If I had dark soy sauce, I would add that in, but since I don't, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more soy sauce just to kind of clean out this dish here. A little more soy sauce, a little more oyster sauce, and just make sure I have the right color and consistency to the noodles. Dark soy sauce is so good, and so is mushroom soy sauce. All really delicious. Just cleaning out my little saucepan here. That looks gorge. Right now we are butterflying our shrimp just a little bit, not all the way through, but this is going to give the batter a chance to really adhere all over the shrimp, and you're going to kind of have that crunch a little bit more throughout versus just like on the surface. So we're just going to use a little paring knife and cut through until it looks like this. So I'm gonna let these hang out on the paper towel for a sec while I start to prep the other ingredients. This is just a plate of shrimp, again, just about half a pound. And we have them in one even layer, and we're just letting the paper towel absorb some of that moisture. Just a tablespoon of butter. Then we're gonna hit it with a 1/3 cup of brown sugar. A third cup of water. And our pecans. Walnuts. Oh goodness, yeah, our walnuts. Sorry guys. Our walnuts. So we're gonna put that on about a medium at cornstarch. Our egg whites. And that's our batter. I don't know if I was supposed to beat the egg whites first. Okay, we're gonna heat our oil. We're shallow frying because we don't got a lot of oil, so we just gonna make it work. We're gonna drain off the excess, and then we're gonna pop it right into These shrimp are bigger than I thought. A quarter cup of mayo, 2 tablespoons of honey, and 1 tablespoon of condensed milk. So we're gonna eyeball this. So a quarter cup. Then we're gonna hit it with our honey, 2 tablespoons. 1, 2. And 1 tablespoon of sweet condensed milk. 1. I'm just gonna mix it till I don't see the mayo anymore. It's nice and incorporated. Nice and smooth. Let's see what that tastes like. That's nice. Very good. Okay, stop playing with that. Now, we must combine. Walnuts, which I should have probably set aside because they're getting sticky. So shrimp. Walnuts. Let's bring that closer. And then our sauce. Now we just give it a little stirry. Now you never have to go back to your favorite fast food restaurant because clearly you know how to make the recipes. Now, if you're looking for the exact written recipe, be sure to look in the description bar below and go ahead and click and head over to my website for the free printable recipe. And until then, click around. Let's be friends. Drop in the comments below your favorite recipe from this video.